At Enactus NUI Galway, we are determined to support biodiversity and sustainability in our community to create a positive impact on our planet.
This year, we have grown from an Enactus team of 1 to a passionate and determined team of more than 30 working on 2 projects. In just 4 months, we have innovated ideas, applied business principles, and through entrepreneurial leadership, achieved positive social change in our community. I'm Emer.
I'm Shashank.
I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Emmett.
This year we have worked on 2 projects. BuzzBox, which aims to conserve the declining bee population, and Ecode, which aims to reduce the amount of waste going to landfill in Ireland.
Both these social enterprises are innovative and creative to deal with some of the most pressing issues of our time.
In Ireland, approximately 1/3 of our 98 native bee species are under threat of extinction.
Yet, 80% of the world's plants require bee pollination, making bees responsible for approximately 1/3 of the food we eat worldwide every year.
This translates to a contribution of €53 million to the Irish economy every year.
Not only this, but in temperate zones such as Ireland, 78% of flowering plants require animal pollination to keep them flourishing, of which bees make up a large part.
Without these plants, Ireland would lose a large amount of wildlife, having a huge implication on our tourism industry.
Our society truly takes bees for granted, yet, as indispensable pollinators, they are vital to our ecosystem and food chain.
Hi, my name is Pamela Morrison and I'm a member of the Irish Bee Conservation Project. When we heard about BuzzBox, we were very excited to work with them and to collaborate, as they have a lot of the same ideas that we do. As you can see here, there's lots of flowers here and food and pollen and nectar for bees, and we believe that their box will increase food sources for bees.
Furthered our understanding of why bees were in such serious decline.
Unfortunately, the harsh reality is the bee is rapidly declining as a result of pesticide usage, industrial agriculture, the loss of flower-rich grassland, climate change, and the spread of the Asian hornet, which affects the honeybee in particular.
Through engaging with experts, educators and students across Ireland, we have developed innovative solutions to address the loss of flower-rich areas and inspire individuals to take action, helping to preserve the Irish bee population.
Introducing BuzzBox. BuzzBox has a 2-part business model. Firstly, we aim to work with the local Men's Shed Association in Oranmore to build our boxes. This local community group aims to reduce loneliness and improve the well-being of elderly men through social and physical activities.
The Men's Shed created our 2 prototypes by upcycling pallets and scraps of wood and transforming them into flower boxes.
These are packed full of pollinator-friendly flowers, which we then sell at €75 each.
The money we will generate will partially fund the second part of our project, which is a secondary school education awareness programme. These consist of 3 workshops where we aim to educate and empower individual students to create a more biodiverse environment in their own community by providing them with seeds in the workshop. Together, we aim to create agents of change across Ireland. To date, we have taken 34 pre-orders worth over €2,550.
And earlier in the semester, through Connections, we ran a pilot workshop in Presentation Secondary School, Waterford, an all-girls DESH school where we educated and empowered 29 change agents.
The programme educated students about the declining bee population and what they could do to enhance biodiversity in their own communities.
The students felt inspired to take action. We received very positive feedback from this workshop, and we were invited back to run a session for transition year students later this year.
My name's Heather and I'm a secondary science student in NUIG. I have keen interest in zoology and ecology. Within these modules I've learned about the biodiversity among organisms, the food webs in which they are placed into, and of course their habitats. When I found BuzzBox, I was quite interested in how interactive and intuitive it was altogether. I found much more information I needed for my essays and anything I could really find.
The COVID-19 crisis saw us rapidly adapting our business model to enable social innovation from a social distance. We intend to resume working with the Men's Sheds Association as soon as government regulations allow us.
We are in the consultation phase of our partnership agreement, and we intend to work with the Men's Sheds nationwide as we grow our business.
Through a newly formed partnership with the Irish Bee Conservation Project, we plan to launch an online interactive education programme during the upcoming academic year.
With the uncertainty of when students will return to school, this online program will ensure students will receive the important education they would have received through the workshop, impacting a further 91 students.
We also saw the opportunity to spread awareness of the decline in the bee population through our social media channels, as well as our newly launched website.
Our awareness campaign inspires people to spend more time outdoors, planting flowers in their garden and engaging with their surroundings. In just 2 weeks, we've already gained 200 likes and changed the behaviour of 30 individuals.
As well as a positive response from our school's workshop and social media, BuzzBox has also received a positive reception from Let Dandelions Be, Biodiversity Ireland and the Irish Bee Conservation Project, with all three providing access to resources for use in our workshops and a commitment to endorse BuzzBox via their social media channels.
During our campaign, we donated buzz boxes to individuals cocooning to spread hope and positivity during a time of uncertainty where many individuals experience isolation and loneliness.
Through seeing the positive impact from BuzzBox, we wanted to continue to develop projects in the environmental space that we could tackle as a community. This is where our ideas for our second project, eCode, originated. eCode is an interactive and educational platform aimed at reducing landfills, or as we know it in our homes, grey or black bin waste.
The world generates over 2 billion tonnes of waste annually, and over a third of this is not managed in an environmentally safe way.
Without urgent action, global waste will increase by 70% by 2050, with less than 40% of waste being recycled.
Closer to home, in Ireland we produce 15 million tonnes of waste every year, of which over 400,000 tonnes goes to landfill. The need to tackle this problem was clear, so eCode was born.
eCode is a project in the development stage which aims to reduce inefficient recycling efforts amongst the general population.
To implement an innovative QR code recycling system through a few simple steps.
First, we'll strategically place posters in and around the university, particularly in food outlets. Our needs assessment in 2019 showed that as a university we produced 450 tonnes of waste, which only 52% was recycled.
We were entrepreneurial in utilizing QR codes to tackle this problem, as students are high users of technology and are conscious of environmental issues.
On scanning the QR codes, the users will be directed to the eCode website, where they can access content and videos on correct recycling methods. Using location services, we will provide information on specific items of rubbish commonly thrown away in that area.
We aim to generate revenue through taking a percentage of the amount the customer saves as a result of a larger amount of their waste being recycled. Organizations such as the university get charged a lower amount for recycled waste, which we would encourage through the efforts of eCode.
The COVID-19 pandemic has unfortunately pushed back the rollout of our project. However, we plan to develop our business to roll out in the next academic year.
However, recent news articles have highlighted the increase in consumption happening in Ireland throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, resulting in large increases in waste. So, our innovative team did not think it was right to fully put this project on hold when the issue of waste is increasing now more than ever.
In the last 3 weeks, we've been on a mission to inform people about recycling and to measure the impact that a QR code-based recycling system would have. The social media campaign is aimed to inspire and motivate individuals to properly recycle.
To date, we have directly impacted 22 people who have changed their behaviour as a result of our campaign. eCode is using modern technology to bridge new ways of doing things with old problems.
In the future, we hope to further this social enterprise through partnering with university food outlets to add QR code stickers onto individual items of food, which will provide information on how each product can be individually recycled, with a vision that this system could become more mainstream on packaging.
While this project has only begun its journey, we are excited to develop its potential over the coming years to become one that has real impact in our community.
We are a new generation of enactors NUI Galway, committed to transforming our ideas into businesses and creating real impacts. Despite having a completely new team this year, collectively we have shown resilience in our ability to adapt to the crisis we have all found ourselves in.
Addressing the issue of waste and disruption to biodiversity, we're officially tackling 5 of the UN Global Sustainability Development Goals, striving to have a positive sustainable impact on our planet.
Through collective efforts, Our social enterprises have made a real impact on our planet. At the heart of both of our projects is a sense of community, bringing together people from all ages and those experiencing isolation, which is pertinent in times like these more than ever.
Our projects involve working with the community for the community, fostering the essence of what Enactus is about through social change and innovation.
In the space of a few months, our team has created 2 projects. We have adapted our business model to respond to the changes in our environment.
We have generated €2,550 worth of pre-orders in a space of 2 weeks, and we've created a prosperous education programme that has tripled in size since our pilot programme.
Together, we can create a brighter future. We are Enactus NUI Galway.
Now it's time for the Q&A. For BuzzBox, given that the boxes seem to be seasonal, how sustainable is a project with a focus on summer flowers?
Although we predict a large proportion of our sales will be during the summer months, pollinator-friendly flowers such as hawthorn seeds bloom in late winter and primrose seeds bloom in late winter to early spring. This hopefully will inspire sales during the other seasons. Our future plan is to launch a BuzzBox subscription model, whereby BuzzBox users will be sent seasonal pollinator-friendly flower seeds during the year at a small cost. We've also decided that outside the summer months, we're going to focus on the other aspect of our business, such as the education awareness programme. We hope to launch this in January and February time in schools. We've also decided that we want to focus on producing an excess supply of BuzzBoxes during the Christmas months to take the pressure off summer months when demand picks back up. This ensures that we have an adequate supply to meet that future demand. We also hope to launch a DIY version of the BuzzBox at Christmas time, which will make an ideal Christmas gift.
Do you charge for the workshops?
The sale of BuzzBoxes partially funds the second part of our project, which is a secondary school education awareness programme consisting of 3 workshops carried over 3 weeks. In partnership with the Irish Bee Conservation Project, we hope to launch an online interactive education programme which expands our reach and also reduces our cost. We also hope it will reduce our carbon emission that would result from us travelling from school to school, ensuring the sustainability of our project. We're going to charge a cost of €30 for the 3-week workshops, which will cover the cost of material used in the workshops and also the cost of seats for students. We believe that this competitive price will appeal to JCSP students, LCA students and also transition year students, which widely support practical interactive education programmes like BuzzBox.
For eCode, who developed the app and when? Who owns the IP?
In line with our project development plan, eCode is currently a web-based platform which we aim to develop into an app later in 2020. eCode uses a QR code system to access the website. QR code scanning is built into iPhone cameras and the majority of Android phones. This informed our approach to use this method as we are keen to reduce barriers for users and accessing this information and increase adoption of the system by users throughout the buildings which we will deploy the eCode system in the future. With respect to IP, the website and code behind the project identifying the QR codes was developed by NUI Galway and active students, and as such the IP is owned by them. The students who developed the platform are happy for others to add to the project as it evolves and expands in the coming years.
Can you further explain the 22 impacts?
The impacts we have had for our project are through the online survey, which we disseminated across our social media platforms. With COVID-19 delaying our pilot of the project till next year on the NUI Galway campus, we took the opportunities that COVID-19 presented us. With people at home for the majority of the time in line with government recommendations, we've seen this as the perfect opportunity to build our brand and online identity through our Instagram and Facebook pages, on which we deliver information on how to best recycle the most used items and facts about the importance of recycling now more than ever. The use of surveys on our social media is to identify the engagement with the content and how we might improve it in the coming months. The social media campaign is in its early stages so far, and we are planning to double our efforts in the coming months to bring more engaging content to followers and build a greater knowledge of people's understanding of recycling.
The project is based on effort made by individuals, with institutions benefiting from the reduced refuse charges. Do you have any evidence that this kind of model is scalable and financially sustainable?
eCode is in the early stages of development, and when creating the pilot for the NUI Galway campus, we engaged in research on models that are both scalable and financially sustainable. Our model for implementing our system throughout a business will be similar to that of the Recycling at Work initiative, which used a 10-step plan to increase recycling in the workplace. This model is a voluntary model, but sees an opportunity to create behavioural change for employees, which will contribute towards the reduction of the carbon footprint of not only in the office, but at home. For our programme to work, there needs to be buy-in, and in current times, cost reduction is essential. E-code offers a reduction in costs to a company and a reduction in landfill, so it's a win for the company and a win for the environment. We recognise that intrinsic motivation is linked to behavioural change, and could offer a city recycling league where the best teams are awarded with a company medal to recognise their contributions. Gamification and motivation will be a good way to ensure this is scalable and sustainable. Once the app is live, the league could run in real time virtually. The area of behavioural psychology is something new to us as a team, so going forward we plan to reach out to researchers on the NUI Galway campus that have expertise in this field and help us fully understand how we can tap into this effectively to make the project a success. We are really excited to grow as eCode as a social enterprise in the coming years, and as waste is set to increase by 70% by 2050 to over 3 billion tonnes, we know that eCode will play a part in creating a cleaner environment to live in and reducing the amount going to landfill.